Come on, Dee Dee. Woo! Trust in my heart. You need to paradise. Girl, you're every wonder in this world to me. Treasure time won't steal away. Sheila Forrest, happy Valentine's Day. Be right back. Sheila Forrest, Terry from Gary. Happy Valentine's Day. No, actually, this is Troop's version. They redid it. They said Michael's our daddy. I'm like, oh, all right. So Michael was our father. Yep, true. Happy V Day to you too, Terry from Gary. You all are my Valentines because I don't have one. I don't have a Valentine. Don't you all feel sorry for me? No. Terry's gonna be like, "Well, you had me. You didn't know what to do with me, and then you let me go, and then we." Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Whee! What you say, John Crowd? Thank you, Sheila. Thank you. Thank you, baby. I needed that. Taco Tuesday. I wish. I've had enough tacos, I swear. You Shimon. Shimon. No, that's not Michael. That is Troop and their remake of Lady in My Life. Man, that was the highest rated show I've had since I've been doing bedtime stories. Last Wednesday, Troop broke the internet. Troop broke the internet last week. When I looked at the ratings, I was like, wow. Wednesday night, let's see, Monday, Tuesday night, Wednesday night was like, wow. I'm like, I might have Troop on more often. I might have them, anyway, good evening to Terry Sams, also known as Terry from Gary, to Ronnie, and to Sheila Forrest. And today is Valentine's Day. And it's difficult when you don't have anybody, but I used to gear this show towards women who didn't have anybody. And my first wife made me change the name of the show or the slogan of the show. The original slogan was the show designed with the ladies in mind. She said, "Aren't you alienating your other listeners?" I said, "What other listeners?" She said, the guys. And I turned it into Purvis Span on her ass. I said, "I don't want no men's calling me." I ain't trying to appease to any, but anyway, yeah. So that was it. So I changed it. So it's the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time. Here's a group that borrows the name from the bank. I'm serious. Lakeside Bank. So they just settled on Lakeside. They got it from Uncle Eddie Thomas. Here's Lakeside and Real Love, the first of two in a row on Bedtime Stories. Happy Valentine's Day, ladies. In my life, I found someone who makes me smile. Everything I do for pleasing you is worthwhile. It's like something's dropping. Can you? A perfect thing. At least I thought. So let me turn this down, my headphones. So Facebook blocked me for 10 hours yesterday. They blocked me for 10 hours yesterday. Let me repeat that. Facebook blocked me for 10 hours yesterday because their reasoning was I posted something that was inappropriate, you know. And of course, they gave me the rules, no nudity, containing a woman's nipples or their genitalia and all. I'm like, look, I didn't post anything. I went back to my page to look at what I was supposedly posting, and I didn't see anything. What I think is someone hacked me, blocked me out of my account long enough to, send out some BS about, you can get this money for this, you know, uh, Shake and Bake. What's going on, sir? Happy Love Day. So they blocked me long enough so that I couldn't get into my account, but they could send out all kinds of BS. Now, the last post that I had was on Sunday. The last post being me sharing the video of our church broadcast. Why would I turn around the next day and post some boobies? I'm like, really? Y'all really thought I posted some boobies? Deacon Dr. Al Greer posted some boobies the next day after posting our illustrious church broadcast. Really? So that was it. So I got locked out of my account. So I couldn't make any comments. Say your name is D. Your name is Hey DJ, sir. I know, right? So it was like I got blocked out of my own account for 10 hours, which meant that was all during the day and well into the night when it was time to, actually go on the air. So, needless to say, I sat up here and talked to myself for 3 hours because I wasn't able to access Facebook. Well, you all listen to me on Facebook, right? So you all listen on Facebook. So I wasn't able to put the StreamYard on Facebook because I have three options. I can broadcast to Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. What's the other one? Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and that's it. Well, yeah, there we go. Oh, and YouTube. I'm sorry. So if you don't have an account for YouTube, you can't watch me. If you don't have a Twitter account, you can't watch me. If you have a Facebook account, you can watch me. But I couldn't access my Facebook account for 10 hours. So the only way you could have seen me was YouTube. So right now I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I was going to do Twitch, but I keep getting these weirdos hitting me up on Twitch. So I'm glad to be back, Ross. So I said, I'm not going to do Twitch. Because the last time I did Twitch, excuse me while I'm chewing. Last time I did Twitch, somebody asked me, did I know where I was going when I left here? I said, yes, yeah. I know what they meant. But it's like, look, I'm going to check your settings on Twitch for you. Thank you. My thing is, hey, I'm playing music here. It's not Sunday. I'm not Deacon Greer. I'm just Dr. Greer. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's it. But, let's not get biblical up in here. Do you know where you're going when you leave here? Hopefully to heaven. Hopefully. Of course, I have a last minute reprieve from the governor, and they were like, okay, let him go. I'll be laying there, and they'd be like, okay, no, he's not dead yet, so we're going to keep praying him into heaven. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Somebody said, you ain't going to die anytime soon because they haven't decided where they want to place you yet. I'm like, what is this, like a job or something? Whether they want me to be an angel or, help lead Satan's army. I know. I watch too much Lucifer. I know. What they edit you on what Twitch? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they on Twitch of all places. They asked me, where you think you're going when you leave here? I'm going to bed. Where are you going? And of course, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not I'm definitely not an atheist. But there's a time and a place to talk about that. And right now, I'm doing a love song show. I'm not playing booty music as some people used to think. Wanted to pop in and continue to heal all the hopeless romantics because you are the doctor. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, Russ. Yes. Oh, now I know what's going on. The wind is high. Okay. Yes. Two in a row from Lakeside. That is Say Yes right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to, excuse me, Russell Shake and Bake, my brother from another mother. Thank you so much for checking in. He said, I wanted to pop in and continue all of the hopeless romantics because you are the doctor. Thank you so much, Russ. I appreciate it. Hope everything is going well with your back, man. Because, sometimes when you have back surgery, you're kind of lucky to come back from that. That is it's too close to your spine. I'll just say it like that. It's too close, whenever you have back surgery. It's always like a 50-50 chance that they will, that you won't walk anymore. But how many people know we serve a higher power? I was just talking about that. I said I should live a long life because they don't know where I'm going yet. they don't know where to place me, right? Will I be will I go to heaven? Will I be an angel or will I work on Satan's army? I don't know. So I'm going to be here a long time, guys. A long time. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al. I know I watched too much Lucifer. I know. Okay. The time she recorded this song, she was married to Mr. Biggs, Ron Isley. This is Hello, Beloved on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, on Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. We'll just call to say hello. So I was leaving work today or this evening. Usually leave work between 6 and 6:30. got into my van, and the van would not start. Obviously, I left the door open or left some lights on or something, and the car wouldn't start. Now, it's a late model Dodge Caravan. I couldn't get the hood up. Somehow, some way, the hood got like, yeah, like the little pull thing. You pull that and it pops up. Yeah, it don't work no more. It don't work. So my buddy Percy just happened to call me. I said, I need a jump. And I can't get the hood up. Now, he's the one that closed it. It's closed permanently. So if I need anything up under the hood, it ain't happening. Change the oil, change whatever. A mechanic will have to do it. And Percy is a former mechanic. I sent him some money. What are you stuffing your face with? Well, it's definitely not a corned beef sandwich from Mr. Submarine. It is a chicken Philly from Baba's, and it is delicious. Of course, it's not the corned beef sandwich that I have grown fond of with the pound of fries. I'm like, dang. Thank you. Phyllis Rogers. Hey, Phyllis. I'm like, dang. It's like, the thing with fries is you got to eat them right away because they don't taste good the next day unless you have an air fryer. So I'm eating and I'm eating and I'm eating the fries. And the corned beef sandwiches are so, yeah, it's so large. I can't get my mouth around the whole thing. I know that was gay, wasn't it? But anyway. But Ronnie, wherever you got them sandwiches from, girl, the bomb diggity. He said you're not walking into that one, yeah. Anyway, yep, them sandwiches are the bomb diggity. They're huge. I can't get my mouth all the way around this sandwich, mister. Anyway, I know, right? So there's this lady that I work with. I know that's a Troy joke. Hey, Mary Taylor. Stop talking with your mouth filled. Mm. And I did. Oh my. I know that's a Troy joke, yeah. Him and his, gay jokes about me. I'm like, bruh. Speak of the devil. What say you, Troy? He said, "Who's stealing my material now? The way people like Ray Charles stole from Jerry Lee Lewis." Yeah, I know. Robbed him blind, didn't he? Ha 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 ha. Robbed him blind. Mm-mm. Now I was saying how I couldn't get my mouth around the sandwich. I'm sure you have a joke for that. Mmm. Chicken Philly. Mmm. I wonder, do they deliver? It's probably too late now. Mm. It's usually only two people in there. The old Greek guy and a black chick. Mm. Mm. I am, Mary. Absolutely. Although I could use one of those. Let me stop. I know you like this ninja always begging. Yeah, I'm sure Baba's doesn't deliver. Even though they're up the street on 63rd and 63rd and Morgan. They can basically walk down the street with it. My sandwich in their hand. That's they do? Oh, okay. Every time I play something like that, it always reminds me of excuse me. No, 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 no. It always reminds me of always come back to that setting. Remember the smooth jazz station, with the jingle WNUA 95 point. That's what it's like. That's Gerald Albright and Will Downing. Oh, Rick Odell. Love it. I'm sorry, but there is no Asian man that damn tall. Rick Odell, I love you, brother, but ain't no Asian man, no 6'4". I'm like, Al, did you meet Rick Odell? Is it Rick Odell from NUA? He said, yeah. How are you doing, Al? I'm Rick Odell from 95. I'm like, bruh, it's just us. You don't have to talk like that. I'm I won't put my radio voice on if you don't put yours on, okay? Because I really don't like your radio voice. I like when you talk normal. As a matter of fact, you can talk to me, and I'll understand what you're saying. It's like the tallest Asian man I'd ever met. I'm like, hi Al, I'm Rick Odell. I'm like, you awfully tall, and I know your name ain't no Odell. You had to I know that's your stage name. You're like, oh, it's like, my name ain't no, you know. But he's a cool brother. I miss him. I miss listening to him on the air, but I love listening to my nephew stationed WNU Ray 94. Listen, I mean, Ray got it down pat, boy. And I forgot. Philly soul. On my tongue. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Stop complaining. Yes. You know, yes, I remember the smooth jazz station. DJ called Dobbins. Now my thing is, every city that had this smooth jazz station format, every one of them went belly up. And I think what happened was um, Elaine James. Hey, Elaine. What happened was they started playing vocal music. Once they started playing, putting in, the Gerald, no, I'm sorry, excuse me, the Will Downings, the Anita Bakers, playing Luther and making it jazz. I think they were taking listeners away from the um, urban adult stations, like the V103s that are around the country. Yeah, they don't play mumble rap. I know, right? So that's what was happening. Once they incorporated vocalists on the smooth jazz playlist, then they were like, wait a minute, smooth jazz station taking ratings away from us. So they had to dump them, especially if they're from in the same company. Like, for instance, V103 is owned by iHeart or Clear Channel, whichever. So was 95.5, the smooth jazz station. Well, smooth jazz was kicking V103's ass or giving them a run for their money. So what happened was they were like, well, one of us got to go. And that's what ended up happening. They had to, dump WNUA. So I'm like, why? Okay. Because originally, W WVAZ, it stood for variety from A to Z. That's what WVAZ stands for. And the idea was, or the format originally was, adult music, touch of jazz, adult singers, and no rap. They started playing rap so that they can compete with 104.3, which is 104.3 jams, or as they call themselves, WBMX, which they don't resemble WBMX because I worked at BMX. So V103 stopped playing smooth jazz. Enter WNUA. All smooth jazz. They basically mimicked V103's old format, or original format, I should say. In doing so, you had a confusion between the two stations. So that's what happened. So Rick said, hey, we were checking ratings for V103. They're like, y'all got to go. And it was like that across the country. smooth jazz stations were moving in and then they were moving out. There's a station down in Atlanta, Clark, out of Clark College in Atlanta. They play nothing but jazz, like straight up, you know, Cannonball Adderley, Sonny Stitt, um, um, Jug and Diz, Count and Duke, jazz, you know. And there are other, there are other jazz stations. Yeah, the real jazz. But there are other jazz stations that are around the country, but they don't play the real stuff. Now, jazz enthusiasts, a lot of jazz enthusiasts, they don't like smooth jazz. You know, in fact, they like, that's not jazz. That is not jazz. I was dating this girl. I'm sure I told you this story 100 times. She said, "Oh yeah, I love jazz." I said, "You do? Me too, girl. I grew up on jazz. My daddy. That's all he listened to. I said, "Who's your favorite?" She said, "Well, I just love Kenny G." I was like, "Oh, you poor baby. You don't know the difference, poor baby." She said, "Oh, Kenny G is just the bomb." I'm like, "Oh, poor baby. That's not jazz. Kenny G can't hold Coltrane's horn case, mouthpiece, sheet music. He can't know. Baby, he came out the Love Unlimited Orchestra conducted by Barry White. He can't play jazz." She said, "For real?" I said, "Let me put some jazz on for you." She's like, I said, this is jazz. Miles Davis, Coltrane, Diz. I said, "This is jazz, baby. This is instrumental R&B is what it is. That's all it is." She's like, "I'm glad you hit me up." Like, I'm glad I did too. Recorded right here in Chicago. The Ohio Players, and Let's Love right here on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time on Valentine's Day. Hello to Ronnie. I hope you're feeling better. Um, I meant to call you. I meant to call a whole bunch of people. And my thing is, I can't call you during the day because after 3 o'clock, I'm on the board for the afternoon show with Ativa Buchanan and the lovely, vivacious, the gorgeous Darling Hill. Hint, hint, hint. Can't you tell? Yes. Um, so I can't make any phone calls because I'm like in the zone. I'm like concentrating on, you know, making sure everything is on point. You know, most people are like, you're bored out. Like, I am. I'm a bored out. I'm a producer. I am a production manager. I'm a program director. I'm a music director. Yeah, all of that stuff. Yeah, because I had good teachers that showed me how to do all of that stuff so that I would never be out of a job. If they asked me to do something, if they asked me to answer the phones, as long as they paying me what they paying me, guess what? I'm going to be there. All right. All right. Happy Valentine's Day to you too, Pamela Hawkins, aka Little Hustler. She said, "I'm in Bellwood." I'm glad you are, because where you were earlier, I wasn't feeling that. I wasn't feeling that. She was in California, if you know what I mean. Here's Chicago's own Shylights, and that's how long I'll love you on Bedtime Stories. Happy Valentine's Day. What? What? Gene says, say what? That's all wrong with you? Girl, I'm getting paid. How long? That's how long. Come on, Uncle Marshall. These for days I've come and gone. I was all alone. Red. I mean, squirrel. It's all my company. Memories. That's how long. That's love you to the end of time. Elaine James, what's going on? So down the hall. Seems like a 9-mile walk. Come on, Gene. I still say I love you. Helping my squirrel. We can hardly talk. Baby. Come on, Gene. Oh, no. You are gonna love you to the end of time. Nothing in this world is gonna change my mind, cause gobble a whole lot of chocolates. I heard that. Nothing in this world is gonna change my mind, cause that's. Come on, Gene. All I got is Reese cups, baby. Those are my favorite. Da-da-da. Whew. That is a monster, boy. Uncle Marshall. That's a monster. That's how long I'll love you. The Shawlights, right here on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. That's how long I'll love you. Eugene Record wrote some of the greatest love songs of all time. Now, Detroit and Motown had Smokey, but Chicago, we had Curtis, we had Gene Record, we had Donny Hathaway, we had Leroy Hudson. We had some of the greatest writers here in Chicago. I don't care. Smokey carried it all by himself. Him, Holland, Dozier Holland, Whitfield and Strong. But man, we were strong with Curtis Mayfield. Curtis was like the go-to. If somebody needed a hit, Curtis, we got this artist. He needs a hit. Okay, well, I was going to give this to Gene Chandler, but I guess we could give it to, what's his name? Major what? Major Lance. Oh, okay, all right. Major Lance sang out of that song. When music begins to play. And the impressions in the background, boy, I was like, Gene Chandler told me, he said, yeah, I wanted that song. They said, we got to give it to this kid, because if they don't give it to him and he don't get a hit record, they're going to drop him from the label. And it became a hit. Bedtime Stories is brought to you by our good friends over at Grubhub. Mm-hmm.
Get the food you love with perks from Grub What You Love.
Grubhub, a proud sponsor of Bedtime Stories. On WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WGLB Indianapolis in Chicago, and of course, WRLN Radio.com, which stands for Rayford Leonard Neal. Those are his initials. Yeah, sure are. That's my nephew. Rayford Jr., as a matter of fact. Yeah, we call each other Junior because we're both juniors. It's Bedtime Stories. And of course, tonight is special because it's Valentine's Day. You all know that I do nothing but love songs. I don't do booty music. That's the difference between love songs and, like doing it and doing it. No, we don't. No, none of that stuff. We don't do that here. Okay. We just do beautiful love songs. At least I try to. And I hope you guys feel the same way. All right. We just played some Shawlights earlier. Here's a song that Uncle Marshall gave me a few years ago. And I fell in love with it because I was in love with this young lady and I wanted to play this at our wedding. Never got a chance to do that. Never. Well, they say never. Here are the Shawlights. Red Squirrel, Gene, and Uncle Marshall. This is Marriage License. I wish came true.
Even though I'm very old school, I will be the first to say to you, Happy Valentine's Day, even though you should be saying it to me first. Because it is a woman's holiday. Correct? Correct. So, anyway, I want to reach out to you and say Happy Valentine's, Dr. Greer. And I did a little research and I did not find anything talking about us going out on a date. So, I would like to be here from you and us trying to set up something where we can have a lunch date or a dinner date.
Ooh, I'm going to listen to that one later. Oh, Lord. Lord. Mm-mm. All righty then. Anyway, so I was 5 minutes late tonight because my car wouldn't start. But I got in just in time to get on Facebook. And I appreciate it. Oops. I dropped my glasses. Just two. Maybe I'll just do the Shawlights and foreplay tonight. What y'all think? You think they're worthy of of 4 songs tonight? Let Uncle Marshall tell it, yeah. Marriage license. Marshall's getting ready to come through the screen for you. No, right? The Shawlights worthy of 4 songs tonight? I don't know. I don't know. He will come through the screen and slap me. John Caldwell, what's going on? Mm-mm. But see, that was the thing about the Shawlights. They could do, they could do ballads and they could do up-tempo songs, you know. But they were known more for their ballads and not for their, you know, up-tempo songs. But when they did Hot on a Thing in 1980 and they appeared on Soul Train playing instruments, I was like, check them out. Don't, don't, do, 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 do. Boom, boom, do, 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 boom. I'm like, okay, check y'all out. I said, they back. I'm like, okay, all right. I like that. Okay. But that bass line, the bass line carried the whole song. Carried the whole song. John Caldwell, what's going on, sir? Pay you back. Pay you back for loving me. A determined man to rely on. Hold you tight but tender. What's the use, baby? Oh, look, Uncle Marshall's online. Dr. Marshall Thompson. He's coming. Ronnie, he's coming to get me. He's coming to get me. Hide! Hide me! Uncle Marshall's coming to get me. Hide! Mm-mm. Just be my luck to get jacked by a man in a wheelchair. I'll tell you. Mm-mm. Get jacked by a man in a wheelchair. It don't get no worse than that. It don't get no worse than that. Jump by a man in a wheelchair. Mm-mm. That would be it for me. That would be it for me. I want to pay you back. Girl, please. We talking about a man. He grew up in my neighborhood. Okay, I don't underestimate that man. If he can't do it, he get somebody to do it. You know, he will get someone to do it. Mm-hmm. He like Al Greer? Yes. that's from Dr. Marshall Thompson. Nanette Frank Britton. I ain't playing with you tonight. I want to pay you back. I want to pay you back. Michelle Lighton, I want to pay you back for loving me right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Nanette Frank Britton. You need to take that Britton off the end of your name. You're not even married anymore. Stop playing. So Nanette Frank Britton comes up to Williams and Pizza. It was either Friday or Saturday, 2 weeks ago. And I hadn't seen her. So she comes up to me. She says, because she had a mask on, first of all. She said, hi. I said, hi. Do I know you? She said, Nanette Frank. I'm like, oh, okay. Girl, take that mask off. So before she left, we were standing, I guess, in the middle of the floor. And so I was, saying goodnight to her. And, no one had spoken to me all night, not even the people that I worked with. They didn't say anything to me. So Nanette and I, we hug and we're saying goodbye. And she plants one right on my lips. And you could have heard a pin drop. Everybody turned around and was like, oh, has he been here all night? Oh, wait. I, I, I never noticed how handsome the DJ was until that young lady kissed him. Here's Bill Withers on Valentine's Day. It's Bedtime Stories. So, Nanette, like I told you, I said my stock went up now. So I'm sure when they didn't see me on Saturday, uh, I love you too. Yeah, I was on a date again, right? So Ronnie came up there one week, and my boss texted me. It's like, "Oh, are you on a date or something?" I said, well, first of all, um, you don't want me to talk. So what more is there for me to do but to sit there and make a playlist and play the music? It's not like I got to run back and change the record. We don't do that anymore. Everything is computerized. So he's you know so that it doesn't bother me because he asked me one week. He came up to me, standing on the DJ booth, and he comes up to next to me. He said, my employees think I'm an asshole. I thought to myself, well, yeah, that's about it, yeah. But I said, the correct answer was, no, you're not. I said, this is your place. You know, it's the pizza is, your grandmother or grandfather's recipe. Not many blacks get a chance to run their own place in the South Loop. I went on and on. I'm like, bruh, if they think you're being an asshole, then something's wrong with them because this is your place. Your name is on this. Williams Inn Pizza. This is yours. So I'm not saying to talk to them any old way, but you can. Yeah, the pizza is the bomb, and everything else that they have there. But my thing is, to people who don't know, because if they were anywhere else and you talk to them like that, they'd be cool with it. But the thing is, you're cool with everybody. Therefore, they don't respect you when you get down on them. When you say this ain't right, do this, do that, fold them napkins and put those forks and knives and spoons in the middle of it. Then they don't then they don't respect you because they think you're on their level. So you can't be chummy buddy buddy with them and then tell them to kiss your ass in the same breath. You know, you have to reality breeds contempt, and that's just it. You can't. I mean, he's got a assistant manager or whatever they call it, and the assistant manager is obviously a close friend. But the thing is, when you are running a business, they got to understand this your place. You might come across as being an asshole to them because you've been nice to them all along. And sometimes you have to not, and I hate to say this, you can't be friends with everybody that you work with or that work for you. You can't be friends with them. You can't be familiar with them. The more familiar you are with them, they can be like, I come in late. sit on the clock, do nothing, sit and eat, do this, do that. And, the minute you say, hey, you still on the clock, you eating? Then you're an asshole. So you have to walk that line. You want your employees to respect you. You want them to respect you. I get it. I understand. You want them to respect you. But at the same time, you cannot be chummy, buddy with them. You can't hang with them and, do shots and then say, okay, now clean this place up. And we just did some shots. I'm drunk. I want to go home. You still have to do what you got to do. You still have to clean the place up. No matter how many shots you've done with the boss, at the end of the day, he's the boss. My boss at my job, he's not even 30 yet. He's not even 30 yet. He's a kid. I've been in radio 40 years. He wasn't even born when I started. But that's just it. You don't have to respect the person, but respect the position, respect the title. And that's it. I respect him. He asked me questions. I'm like, bro, you're my boss. And he hates it when I say that. I'm like, you the boss, man. No, man, I say, you are the boss. You are running a major market station and the third major market in the U.S. You are running it. No, man, you still, at the end of the day, you still my boss. You put in payroll every Wednesday. You're my boss, okay? So that's it. That's it. That's all. I did that one time. I was working at this telemarketing company, and I never will forget. The boy's name was Dominic LeBoux. I don't know if that was his real name or whatever. Red hair, freckles. I'm like, you howdy doody looking. But at the end of the day, Howdy Doody was my boss. He looked like Opie on Andy Griffith, but he was my boss. And I couldn't do anything to intimidate him because all he had to do was call the police on me. For Darling Hill, Patti LaBelle, and if only you knew. I think she knows. I think she just plays with me. She's kind of like a cat that plays with a mouse until she's ready to just, just kill me. Like the spider woman. The spider, will play with the male spider, like, hey, how you doing? And then at the end of the day, the Black Widow kills the male spider. Well, my thing is, if I have to go, at least go with a smile. I will definitely have a smile on my face if she kills me. It's like in the movie Harlem Nights. That scene with Eddie Murphy and Jasmine Guy. It's like, oh, she's got a little gun. She's going to kill me. He said, this ain't business. This is personal. And he shot her. That's what's going to happen to me one of these days. It almost happened once. Girl almost killed me in front of Studio 79, but she let me live. I did a John Belushi on her. I took off my shades. I said, baby, I love you. And then I dropped her in the mud, just like John Belushi. You're the emotions who were on my station last week. At least one of them. to let you go. So I put on my Facebook page something to the effect of, ladies out there with pretty feet. And some women, they answered, but none of them posted pictures of their feet, which I thought, was interesting. I'm like, okay, that was a call to action. And some of them are like, no, I'm not going to show my feet. There is one young lady on here. Her name is, what's her name? Deidre Evans, I think it is. Now, I've seen her feet before. I'm like, she posts her feet on a regular basis. You know, she's a plus size woman, but her, whew, her feet. I'm like, and she knows it. She knows she has pretty feet. Deidre Evans, I think that's her name, and she knows she has. It's like, some women like, oh no, oh don't look at my toes. They're so, you're like, girl, let me see. Okay, not bad. Okay, some of them. Others, they didn't take care of their feet when they were younger. They just didn't, for some reason or another. They didn't take care of their feet. Now, ladies, let me tell you, as a foot lover, women's feet only. As a lover of women's feet, I gotta tell you this: don't wait until the summertime to get a pedicure. Okay, you gotta be on point summer, winter, fall, and spring. Oh, I'm gonna wait till it warms up to, no. No. I dated this one girl. Let me tell you, a lot of men they're gonna shut their live down from watching me. There was this lady that I dated. I'm not gonna say her name, but she was a bank vice president. And she said, I hope you're not into feet. I said, huh? What woman comes out and says to you that they have ugly feet? She was basically telling me she had ugly feet. Now, in the socks, they look cute. I'm like, oh, look at the little feet. And she said, I'm going to show you the good foot, the good one. I was like, oh my God. Needless to say, I never saw her in sandals in the summertime. She always wore heels. She wore heels to work. When we went out, she had on some boots with heels on them. But that night that she showed me she said, I'm going to show you the good one. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't even want to see the other one. Mm-mm. And then there was this girl named Denise. She was gorgeous. Oh my God. She was just so sexy. I say it like that. She was so sexy. She was fine all the way down to her ankles. Boy, when she took off her shoes, I'm like, did you play basketball in high school? She said, sure did. Because she had the height. She was like 5'6". But it's like, you didn't think to take care of your feet, wrap them up at night, soak them, get a pedicure, wear decent shoes, decent gym shoes when you were playing, and not try to jam your toes into some too small shoes. I was like, oh. I said, put your socks on, baby. Put your socks on. I don't want to see them dogs. I'm sorry. Like I said, I knew my numbers are going to drop when I started talking about feet. But I'm sorry. Some men like, other men like, I like, yeah, feet. Now, when I was a kid, my mother used to walk around barefoot all the time. She was at work one day and she was talking to one of her coworkers. And her coworker said, excuse me, everyone has ugly feet. Everyone has corns. Um, some their toes are disfigured. You know, one is crossing over the other one. You know, the toe next to the big toe is longer. My mother said, my mother took off her shoes. She said, "Are these ugly?" I was like, "Dang, mama." That lady left my mother alone too. I'm your magic man. Robert Winter and Magic Man. They got some more Robert Winter later on. He was, uh, he was a two-hit wonder. He wasn't a one-hit wonder. He was a two-hit wonder. Robert Winter, and the name of his group was called Fall. Robert Winter and Fall. Hey, don't ask me. I don't know. Anyway, it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to each and every one of you all. Nanette, Frank Britton, Ronnie, Sheila Forrest, who was on earlier. Let me see, who else did I miss while I was just talking? Pam Hawkins, of course. Veronica Jeffries, Terry from Gary. Kelvin Big Papa Teamer. What happened to Big Papa? I ain't talked to him in a while. Let's see. My niece, my goddaughter, Lanice Banks, daughter of Tornado Big Daddy Woo Woo, Barbara Murphy Dunn, Hazel Honey Greer, my cousin, and Angel Boo Walls. Thank you so much. They didn't comment. They just came in and see what the old man was talking about, and then they left. I understand. I get it. Here's the first of two in a row from the Isleys as we celebrate Valentine's Day right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is all in my lover's eyes. The best side of me. Gotta go see ya. Well, come on. Come on. See about me. In the words of Supreme Zoran Jr. Walker, come see about me. Look like I still got hair. Not even the comb over no more. It just stops right here. That's crazy. And I've tried just about everything. The only thing I didn't try was Rogaine. Now I don't know. People say that if you use Rogaine, what happens is it'll grow a little bit of hair to cover the bald spot, but you have to keep using it for the rest of your life. I said, well, that's that's a chance that I have to take. They say, oh, try some Jamaican castor oil. That'll grow your hair. I'm like, carrot oil. I say olive oil grows hair. Every night before I went to bed, I put olive oil in my head. Guess what? I just have oily pillows, like back in the day when I was wearing a Jerry curl. I'm like, nothing, absolutely nothing grows hair on a bald man's head. Excuse me. Unless you go to the hair club. And what they do is they take some hair from right back in the middle of your neck, and then they place them on, strategically place them, in the bald spot. And eventually it grows back. But then you have a hole back here, until that grows back. But that's okay. That'll grow faster than this will. But I have heard so many things that people, concoct that said it will grow your hair. Olive oil grows your hair. Tea tree oil. I've tried them all. Tea tree oil, olive oil, and this is the result. Now, all of this is fine right here, right up in here, and this is still actually growing. But like right there, nothing. So I remember one time this girl said, "Ooh, you losing your hair. You're losing your hair." I said, "No woman has ever asked me for hair." "Ooh, Al, I heard you got a lot of hair." Hair has never stopped me from performing. It has never stopped me from performing. Ask anyone that I've been with. My hair don't stop me. Samson, I'm not. Okay? When you cut Samson's hair, he didn't have no strength. Guess what? I'm still strong. At the end of the day, I'm still strong. Cut my hair off if you want to. What you say, dirty old man? But I look at it this way, Ronnie. It's like, if I make it shiny enough, maybe they'll see their reflection. I'm just saying. In the words of Fred Sanford,
I'm going to be a dirty old man till I'm a dead old man.
that sounded like my Uncle Bo. I had an uncle, not really an uncle, but, out of respect, he looked like he could have been in our family, He had the good hair and everything else. Sorry, Ronnie. And one day he wanted to come hang with me. I'm like, okay. I said, come on, Uncle Bo, come hang with me. So at that time, we were still doing the afternoon brunches with Mark Allen, who was head over at Black Wall Street, Chicago. So he wanted to go with me. I'm like, okay. So at that time, I was still married. And it was my daughter and my wife. And Uncle Bo kept looking at my daughter. He said,
That's not your daughter, is it?
Like, Uncle Bo, that's my daughter. I'm married to her mother.
But is that your daughter?
By marriage, yes, she is my daughter.
He said, well, your daughter got a big ass.
I was like, oh, no. Uncle Bo. I was like, I'm not taking you nowhere with me no more. You can't You can't go out with me no more.
That's your daughter? Your daughter got a big ass. That's all I'm saying. Your daughter?
Okay, all right. I heard you the first time.
Your daughter got a big ass.
You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing with her. What you looking at her?
That's your daughter?
Yes, my daughter. Yes.
Well, your daughter got a big ass.
No. Why are you looking at my daughter's ass anyway?
I can look, can I? I got eyes. I'm going to look.
But you can't do nothing.
I don't care. I can't do nothing.
And you won't do nothing to her. Mm-mm. I'm not leaving you with her ever. Forget about it. You'd be trying to give her a ride around the house in the motorized wheelchair.
Come over here and sit on Uncle Bo's lap.
Don't sit on Uncle Bo's lap. I'm warning you. I don't know. He gonna get me talking about him. His coat is hanging up in the closet. It might catch fire. You know.
Oh, you got jokes, huh?
I burn up that coat. I miss him. I really do. He was real. You know. Like Uncle Joe from Medea. Yeah, that was Uncle Bo. That was him. I can't let go. Mm-mm. I fear that that's going to happen to me. when somebody finally says, "Okay, all right, Al, you can take me out." Oh, but I can. Okay. You know, some women scare me. You know, back in the day, there was this singer by the name of Vesta. Everybody remembers Vesta. She had, you know, the song "Congratulations." Well, Vesta, whenever she made a new song, she would always come to WGCI, and I was on 1390, which was the, you know, sister station of GCI. And she'd come and hang out with Doug Banks, but Doug didn't want to have nothing to do with her because she was, you know, heavy set. She was big boned, bosomy. So he didn't want to have nothing to do with her. He liked the, you know, tall, light skinned women. That's like, okay, that's cool. I don't have to worry about you messing with Vesta. Vesta was just, she was gorgeous. And I remember we were sitting in the break room, and I remember getting off the air, and she was sitting in the break room, and I came in the break room, and I just sat across from her, and I just stared at her. She's like, "Are you going to speak to me or what?" I said, "No, I just want to look at you, Miss Williams. My name is Vesta. You don't have to call me Miss. She said, "What kind of women do you like?" I said, "Sitting across from me." Vesta used to give me fits. I will tell you, she used to give me fits. There was another woman that I was just totally afraid of. And I think you all know who she is, right? When she passed, I lost my ever-loving mind. Yes, I did. And that lady was this one, Phyllis Linda Hyman. Is Betcha by Golly Wow. Phyllis Hyman, produced by Norman Connors on Bedtime Stories. Her and Darlene Hill scared the hell out of me. Mm-mm. But they come true. When I'm near you. Yep. Mm-mm. Woo, Phyllis could have got it, boy. This is how it would have gone. So you want to go out with me, huh? Yes, ma'am. Well, give me that mess. Yes, ma'am. You know, we get to the room, right? And she's like, lay down. I'm like, but I want to lay down. No, you ain't. I heard about you, Al Greer. No, I'm in control. Oh, don't hurt me. You know, I envision this over and over again in my mind, getting tied to the bed and Phyllis Hyman just having her way with me. And I'm like, just, why are you doing me like this? I love you. Shut up. Just lay there and shut up. When I'm ready, I come and I'll let you go. But meanwhile, just lay there and shut up. Don't hurt me, Miss Hyman. Shut up and stop calling me Miss Hyman. My name's Phyllis. Okay. I envision this in my mind. I'm sorry. I just do. I just do. But she was just, oh my God. I saw her in this movie once. The movie was on like 2, 3 in the morning, and she was acting in this movie. And it was like, she was great. She was a great actress. I don't know why. She did away with herself. I think a lot of it had to do, and one of my coworkers mentioned this tonight. What led to Phyllis's demise was was Janet Jackson. You know, she believed, and so did I, that she had more talent than Janet. She was a better singer than Janet. I don't know if she was a better actress because I only saw her act in one movie, and of course, Sophisticated Ladies. But she was singing that, but a lot of it had to do. Okay, number dropped again. Y'all only hear about Phyllis. Okay, I believe that Phyllis was unhappy because they pit her against Janet Jackson. Janet was younger. She was cuter, but not gorgeous like Phyllis. Phyllis was in a totally different category. She was gorgeous. She was drop dead gorgeous. She was a tall drink of water. But then you have, Janet, who was, had the cutest little smile and little eyes and everything else. Janet was just, she was like every man's dream. No kids that we knew about. Um, she was just, she was gorgeous. Phyllis, on the other hand, was like 6 feet tall, wore a size 11 shoe, and she could be very intimidating to a man. I could see her wrapping her long arms around me. It's like, you want me, don't you? Yes, ma'am. And me not being able to do anything but just stand there and melt in her long arms. You know. So there was an episode that happened today. No, yesterday. And I was like, I am at work. I'm supposed to be professional. This is not happening. But it happens in the workplace, You you see somebody that you like. I mean, it's human nature. It's human nature, as Michael says. It's human nature. I mean, if you're attracted to somebody, you're just attracted to them, whether you're married or not, whether you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you know. And, I don't have to tell you, guys talk, ladies, you all know that. We talk. We talk to each other, we talk to other guys, we talk, yeah. And that's just it. You know, we Latanya Lynn Garrett, what's going on, Miss Hollywood? We say things to our buddies that, sometimes they could be, a compliment, and then other times it could be just downright, you know, dirty, disrespectful, whatever. I know when to cut it off though. Trust me. Oh man, I would tear her up. I'm like, bro, let me tell you something, bro. Bro, you can't do nothing. 8-pound babies come out of there. You can't do nothing. So, but see that's what separates me from other guys, because I can sit and have a conversation with the ladies about lady stuff. We have an intern at VON, and she tells me about her dates. I said, yeah, they're not ready. They're not ready for a woman. They're not ready. Your mindset is not that of a typical, she's what, 30, 32. They're not ready for that. Their minds are on PlayStation and Michael Jordan gym shoes. Their mind is not ready. Brothers, y'all got to get back to dressing when you take a woman out. You got to get back to opening doors and holding hands and kissing hands and hugging and showing attention and affection. Fellas, you got to get back to that. Chivalry is not dead. It's just on freaking life support. Y'all got to get back to it. I had a date a few weeks ago. It was probably one of the grandest dates that I've had in a long time. We went to Denny's and had a ball. We had a conversation. Damn the food. It was the company. I can go eat by myself. I can go get a hot plate and fry some eggs and sit at home and do it. It was the company that I had. And we talked about everything, and that's just it. That's the way it should be. Having a conversation, and not a conversation that leads to, so when you gonna give me some? When you gonna let me hit that? Huh? Come on, girl. When you gonna, man, forget all this food and stuff. When you gonna let me hit that? And you better hit the road, Jack. You can't ask me no better than that. You can't have none. But they say some make you dumb. I want it all. And I told this young lady that I went out with. I said, when I see you, I'm gonna kiss you. I'm gonna kiss you. I said, I'm gonna kiss them big pretty lips of yours. She said, oh, okay. So right before the date was over and I walked her to her car, I said, come here. And before I knew it, I grabbed her and I told you I was gonna kiss you. That was it. But she was beautiful inside and out. Phyllis Hyman, the answer is you right here on Bedtime Stories. Inside, I guess, Valentine's Day, right? Today is February 14th, 2023. Unless you're listening to the rerun of this show, then you missed it. It is Valentine's Day. Another Valentine's Day, and I'm by myself. And that's okay because I've learned to love me. That's something that you ladies talk about all the time. You got to love yourself first. And I love me. When people tell me, it's like, oh, you old, you my mama's age, you're my daddy's age, you're old enough to be my father. Why don't you date women your own age? I said, because it's not about age. It's not about, it's about feeling. It's about looking at a person and saying, oh man, I know we would have a good time if she only lets me, if she forgets about how old I am. maybe she'll go out with me. And most of my guy friends, we like the same women that we liked 20, 30 years ago. Unfortunately, those women weren't born then. Here's Love Unlimited, Walking in the Rain with the one I love on Valentine's Day. Sure is. Bingo, ding, 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 ding. Woo! Victor Jackson. Slick Vic. Slick Vic. Probably one of the best bass solos. Wouldn't you agree, John Caldwell, on "Walking in the Rain" with the one with a little bit of that? "Walking in the Rain" with the one I love. Boom, boom, boo doo doo, boo doo boo 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 boo. I get this whistling out of my microphone. I changed chords and changed mics, changed draws, everything. Still getting that noise. Okay, now it's gone. I don't know what I did, but it's gone. Okay, cool. I'm not going to chance doing any more, yeah, any more adjustments. Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, just ahead of foreplay. Who are we going to feature in foreplay tonight? Of course, you know it's Valentine's Day, so I'm choosing wisely tonight. All right. But before we do that, it is time for the Grubhub delivery dance. Grubhub is a proud sponsor of Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis in Chicago, and WRLNradio.com. It is time for, you know it, it is time for foreplay. What did I do? Wait a minute. What did I do? What did I do? Okay, that's better. Don't ask me what I did. I said I wasn't going to play these guys anymore. Yeah, never say never. This is one of the few groups that I don't have to look up on the internet, on Wikipedia, and ask Wikipedia, what do these guys do? Well, they all went to high school together, Inglewood High School, as a matter of fact. Good night, Ronnie. Try to go to work tomorrow. I know that's right. They were classmates. They were part of two different groups, the Chantours and the Desideros. One of those members used to play drums for Gladys Knight. At least that's what he said. He said, Miss Knight, I can play all your songs. He got up there and froze. Couldn't play a thing. This man was in the drum and bugle corps. Well, the two groups broke up, the Desideros and the Chantours. So the remaining members got together and they called themselves the Highlights. Marshall and the Highlights. Unfortunately, there was a group already named the Highlights, so they put a C in front of it. And the rest is history. Tonight we feature in foreplay Chicago's own Shylights. But another letter. Happy Valentine's Day, Lori, aka Flipper. Signing your name. They knew I was playing this game. Smear it with your favorite scent. Come on, Gene. Send it to myself. lovely face. Someone to talk to. I talk to your picture. Pencil and paper. Write all the things. Say all the things you never said before. With a little extra sugar and spice. Write a letter, write another letter, write a letter, write another letter, write a letter, write a letter. Write a letter. It seems so full, but empty. If you a note, order dinner for two. Write another letter, write a letter, write another letter. Write a letter, write another letter, write a letter, write another letter, write a letter, write a letter. Mm-hmm. Write a letter, write a letter, write another letter, write a letter, write another letter, write a letter, write a letter, write a letter, write another letter. Mm-hmm. Write another one. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Write a letter, write a letter. Mm-hmm. Do 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 do. Spadoot and spoot and spoodoo. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Do do and do and do do do. Do and do mm-mm. Remember when the do and do and do do. The do and do but do boo boo. What the weather? Shaboot and spoot and do do. Bow now. Lori. Toby went away. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Toby went away. Toby went away. Hoping to find my Toby waiting. Called her on a private phone. Said something was wrong. Come on, Gene. Ring the bell. Consider spell. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Tears to my eyes, I couldn't wash away. Rainy day. She went to sing with the angels. Toby's gone away. Woo! Oh, y'all don't like my singing, huh? Okay, all right, okay. Victor Jackson. Victor, not Victor V, but Victor D. Toby went away. Dooba dooba doo doo. Boo. Oh doo boo doo boo. Do do. Doo doo doo. Do do. Oh doo 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 doo. Break it down. Tuba. What is it? Greg Moore, what's going on, sir? Good Lord. Got a question for you, Greg Moore. This song, Love Is, it's playing by the Showlights for 50 points. Who else did that song? I'll give you a few minutes. I'll give you a hint, Greg. Not that you need one, but he was a popular afternoon disc jockey on WVON. You give up? This 1972 hit was also done by Jay Johnson, who was at the time the afternoon drive entertainer or personality at WVON. He liked the song so much, he wanted to record it. And he did. Greg Moore, Chicago Soul to Soul. Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord.
mother and father had signed the marriage license. His signature looked kind of strange. They married in Ohio. His occupation was listed as waiter. I went back to her with this new information and asked her why her parents signed the license if they didn't approve. She corrected me by stating I said my father didn't approve. My mother thought that he had a good job and was therefore a good match. And my father didn't sign the license. Your Uncle Sam did. My Uncle Sam, who we called Popeye, was named Junior. Samuel Lloyd Townsend Jr. So all he needed to do was sign his own name. But he was so nervous about forging his father's signature that his hand shook while he was writing, and he misspelled his own name. Good job, a waiter, not just any waiter, a Pullman porter with the Chicago, Rock Island, and Pacific Railroad. Due to a collective bargaining agreement organized by A. Philip Randolph and the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters back in 1937, Pullman porters, including my maternal great-great-grandfather, Ephraim Greer, and my grandmother's first husband, Woodrow Macklin, would have made a decent living wage in the 1940s and early 1950s. Additionally, he would have been very well traveled. In fact, I later learned that he was originally from Nebraska, married his first wife in Colorado, met my friend in Michigan, married her in Ohio, and then maintained a residence in Chicago and eventually died in Missouri. Ask questions, get answers, and confirm, confirm, confirm. I'd like to reiterate how important it is to report your elders.
Oh God, I made that. The Shellites and Just Two Teenage Kids, wrapping up foreplay right here on Valentine's Day with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. What is this new noise that I hear? Oh my. Oh. You would think I would do all the adjustments before I go on the air, right? Wrong. Wrong. I do it do it as I go, right? I'm like, okay, if that doesn't sound okay, that sounds a little bit better. Or does it? I don't know. Anyway, I'll play with it later. Right after I play with something else before I go to bed. Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. And for those of you who have children, which I'm sure it's probably everybody on here that has children, my daughter does these TikTok videos, right? And I look at her sometimes, I forget it's my daughter. I'm like, this lady's awfully smart. Like, what? Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, on Valentine's Day, or as I like to call it, VD. Here's Will Downing, WD, and no one can love you more but your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, on Bedtime Stories. No one can tell me that I'm pretending. The plaything. Like I say, sometimes I forget it's my daughter. I'm like, that's a very smart young lady. like, like, duh, you made her, you idiot. And like I said, she does these TikTok videos and she talks about ancestry and all this stuff. She sent me this ancestry kit, which I have yet to use. And she texts me every other week, Daddy, did you do the ancestry thing? I'm like, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. And tomorrow never comes. And I keep saying I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm going to sit and I'm going to do it because she asked me to do it. She doesn't ask me to do many things. On the other hand, her mother used to ask me to do many things. But anyway, so I'm going to do it and I'm going to send it out or do whatever it is that I need to do with it. But until then, I'm like, okay, I keep looking at it. It's right by the bed, sitting on by the nightstand. And I keep forgetting to do it. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. No nap this afternoon. And I keep saying I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. But like I said, I sit there and she's got a lot of information. She's Professor Jones. I'm Dr. Greer. She's Professor Jones. When she was a baby, our nicknames for each other was Gorgeous. I say, hi, Gorgeous, and she'd say, hi, Gorgeous, back to me. She used to go out of town with her grandmother. Not my mother, but, her mother's mother. And they would go everywhere. I mean, she's been somewhere everywhere, even before she became a teenager. Grandma used to take her to London and take her, just all over. She's been everywhere. She's done everything. She I remember the morning that she called me. She was in I believe she's in South Korea, and she called me. Big time difference. And she said, Daddy, are you sitting down? Well, at that time, it was like 6 in the morning. So I was laying down. It was like afternoon over there or something. And she said, I have something to tell you. I was like, oh, I know what this is. She just got married. I know what it is. And she said, Brandon and I are pregnant. So I'm like, Brandon and you are pregnant. Okay, all right. Okay, I'll take that. Okay. So what could I do besides just being really quiet? So I was really quiet, and she called me like 3 times before I responded. She said, Daddy, are you okay? I said, no matter how much I prepared for this day, I was not prepared for this day. I remember when your mother and I had to tell my parents that, that you were on your way. I remember that clearly. We were at my house that I lived at with my parents. And course, I had to tell my parents, yeah, she's pregnant. She's pregnant. That was a point that would change my life for the rest of my life. You know, I needed to go out and find a job and do this and do that and, you know, make something of myself. Of course, I'm still trying to make something of myself some 40 years later. But she turned out to be a pretty well adjusted person. And once again, sometimes I look at her and I forget, no, that's my daughter. Okay. You know, I had something to do with that knowledge, that intelligence that she has. Something. I don't know what it was, but you know, don't know what I did. You know, something in my genes, you know, kind of, you know, rubbed off on her. You know, so but at one point I didn't think my kid even liked me. You know, at one point I was like, she don't, I'm just that guy. And I found out that she really did not she did not care for me at all. You know. Well, fast forward to when she got older. I think when she got older, she understood me more. She understood why I was the way I was. So, you know, and that was it, you know. At that point, I think she accepted all of the bad stuff that I did. And that was it. Same song, different artist. No One Can Love You More. That is Phyllis Hyman, of course. Before that, Will Downing. The same song, different artists, right here on Bedtime Stories. With the peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Oh, I almost forgot my own damn name. And of course, this is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to Gladys. I was talking about you today, Gladys. I sure was. I must have talked you up. It was all good, though. It was always good. You know, I was telling her about my friend who, you know, was married and everything else. So I told her about that. But happy Valentine's Day, Gladys. You know, at one time, at one point, I wasn't sure about Gladys's sexuality, and I didn't want to come out and ask her, you know. But anytime a woman takes her shirt off in front of you, it's like, you know, like, what you looking at? Oh, nothing. What are you talking about? I'm looking at, you know. But at that point, thank you, Gladys. At that point, you know, I knew we were cool. We were, you know, I knew it wasn't something sexual between Gladys and I, because I wasn't her type. She was my type, but I wasn't her type. But it was, you know, Al Greer's mega gay. Thank you, Troy. But anyway, I knew there was a chemistry between us that transcended sexuality or whatever. And that's it. And we've been friends ever since. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Happy Valentine's Day to you too, Troy. I'm gay with 6 kids. How did that happen? It happens to the best of us. I guess Little Richard had kids, so I guess I could, right? Here's the original Luther Ingram on Bedtime Stories. I don't want to be right. Lady G, what's going on, stranger? Happy New Year. It's no future in love and a married man. I'll see you when I can. Lady G, I don't want to be right. What's been going on, Lady G? Who's no longer on the Facebook. Facebook was no longer with me for 10 hours yesterday. I was fiending. I was like, I gotta text somebody. Yep. Nothing. For 10 hours, I was banned from Facebook. In jail because of fail. 10 hours. Ooh, that was the longest 10 hours of my life without Facebook. What could I do? Now, I went ahead and did my show, but I was sitting here talking to myself because, well, everybody watches me on Facebook, right? Not on StreamYard, not on Twitter, not on YouTube, except for Lady G. So I was like, I can't let everybody know that they can watch me on YouTube because I use Facebook to let everybody know that I'm on StreamYard. So I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't do anything. I was upset. 10 hours. And I didn't even do anything. I didn't do anything. Somebody hacked my account and did this. It did their thing for those 10 hours or however many hours. They said I posted something. Some woman's breastises. I'm like, I did no such thing. On my Facebook page, not even on my Instagram, not even on, no. You know. All right, Troy. I know it's you because he switched over to YouTube. You know, I forget Mega Gay Al had the stream. Yeah, yes, Mega Gay Al. Call it what you want. He said Mega Gay. I'm like, okay. And how many kids do you have, Troy? I didn't think so. I did not think so. Yep. Not as many as Rock Hudson. That's another reason why I got kicked off FB. I kicked FB to the curb. I got tired of being a repeat offender. Dang. Yeah, Instagram is a little bit more lenient, you know. Yeah, they're a little bit more lenient, you know. Because some of the stuff I see on Instagram, I'm like, can they get away with that? I guess they can. On the gram. But I never see you post anything. I am Lady G. But that's okay. But it's cool. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But Troy, you keep up that gay thing. It just makes them wonder even more. But thanks. It's like you're instead of running them away, you're sending them to me. If I'm gay, they want to send me back straight. So thanks. Keep it up. Be mine. Dun, dun, dun. I love that song. Robert Winters and Fall. When will my love be right? When will it be right? I don't know. When will it be right? Chipina Butter Brother Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Lady G, she's been in hiding, but she's back and watching me right now on YouTube as I do my Facebook Live on YouTube, Twitter, and StreamYard. So thank you so much for being on my StreamYard and my YouTube and my Twitter. Yeah, I got it to go to Twitter this time because I was getting too many crackheads on Twitch. I'm like, what is wrong with you people? One lady asked me, "Do you know where you're going when you leave here?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going to bed, lady." It's Barry White. Do 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 do. You, it's true, yeah. Girl, I'll always love you. Oh yeah, yeah. So I got my voice back, but I still had that little tickle in my throat. You know. Yep, all is well. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, Lady G, ladies and gentlemen. Ken Wadlington, what's going on, sir? Thanks for stopping through. Hope to see you soon. What happened to you yesterday, sir? Nothing. I was on Facebook restriction. I was in Facebook jail for 10 hours. That's what happened. I mean, the show went on. It was just, I've tried to tell everybody, well, check me out on YouTube or StreamYard, but people are creatures of habit. They will only watch me on Facebook. They won't go to Ustream. I'm sorry, StreamYard, which used to be Ustream. And Lady G was the only one that could have found me, because she has a YouTube account. So, you all being creatures of habit would not have found me at all. Because there was no way I could tell anybody, well, I'm not on Facebook tonight, but I'm on StreamYard, YouTube, and Twitch. There's no way they would have known. So that was it. So I sat up here for 3 hours and talked to myself. Then I was late tonight because my car wouldn't start. So when I got home, it was 9 o'clock. So, yeah. Like they always say, stuff happens. Yes, it does. Yep. Most people are just plain creatures anyway. Creatures of habit. So, yeah, they won't switch over and say, okay, well, let me see if he's on YouTube. Nah, they like, right there. If you're not there, we're not coming to look for you. If you're not where you're supposed to be, we're not going to try to find you. Wouldn't that be a shame if, like, the roof fell in and they're like, okay, well, he's not there. I don't know. Lady G said, most people are just plain creatures anyway. I know that's right. More like creature features. All right. Mm-mm. You. Girl, I know wisdom. Stone gone. Mm-mm. Woohoo! Gomberry. But yeah, Ken, that's what happened. I couldn't get on Facebook to tell everybody that I wasn't on Facebook because it wouldn't allow me to post anything. Not a drop. So one like I could text everybody on Messenger because that was off too. Mm-mm. Ooh, excuse me. Had to go to therapy back in December. I had some anger issues I needed to come to terms with. Okay. Thank God I'm doing a lot better now. Thank God. Yeah. Anger issues. Okay. I used to have anger issues too. And yeah, I dealt with them. Yeah. Either that or go back to jail. So dealt with my anger issues. Yep. Vic said me too. I heard that. Yep. And you know, to be honest, it wasn't really anger issues. It was just one person that pushed me to the point where I was like, that's not me. This is not what I do. This is not who I am. Like everyone was out to get you. Yeah. But you know, with my first wife, and I know I always bring this up every time I'm on my live. It's like she pushed me to the point where I was just not myself anymore. I mean, she just pushed and prodded and everything else, and I was like, I'm sorry, I don't get angry. Oh, I'll fix that. Like I'll fix that. I'll make you angry. You will be angry when I'm through with you. So that's pretty much what happened. You know, she pushed me to anger, and I was like, okay. You know, I did not want to be. You know, because you know when you're angry, you're out of control. You know, people say calm down. I can't calm down. You know, it's like okay, okay, don't calm down then. Yeah, they tell you calm down. It's like you know, it's like when you're crying. They say stop crying. I can't stop crying. You know, once the waterworks start, you know, once you start crying or once you get angry, there it's like your on off switch is broken and you can't, you know, you can't go back, you know, no matter what you do, no matter what you say to a person, you know, It's not that bad. Why are you so angry? Why are you still crying? It's like you have to get that emotion out of you first before you can go on. You have to cry it out, scream it out, whatever, to get that out of you. And then you're a much better person. And of course, you don't go to jail. If you think you're lonely now, just wait until the 15th. Anyway, Bobby Womack wrapping up Bedtime Stories on Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for staying up with me. To Gladys, Victor, Lady G, Ken Watlington, even Troy. Even Troy, even though he can be a butthole at times, with all the gay jokes, I'm like, okay. But all that is just, if you turn around and point the finger at the person who's really the gay person, I'm like, okay, sir, I have children, sir. Sir. Anyway. Yeah. Some people, they just try to ride you, It's like, oh, okay, I get it. Anyway, thank you so much, Gladys. I appreciate you as always. As always. You are a lifesaver. And I'm going to save you right back. Trust me, real soon. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. We will talk with you tomorrow, right here on Bedtime Stories. On WOSD Radio DV Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis and Chicago, and of course, WRLNradio.com. And we are done. Thank you so much once again. Peace out. We'll talk tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, which is actually my Friday. So, all right. Take care and enjoy the rest of your Valentine's Day and night.